Brooklyn, New York. November 1947, Saturday evening, 7:30 p.m. A basement on Atlantic Avenue. 20 people crowded around two ping-pong tables, cigarette smoke hanging in the air, money changing hands between games. This is where the serious players come. Not the community center kids, not the casual weekend players, the ones who bet, who compete, who measure themselves against each other every night. Marty Reisman stands at table 1, 16 years old, maybe 17, hard to tell. Baby-faced but carrying himself like someone twice his age, wearing dark pants and a white shirt, paddle in his right hand, confidence radiating from every movement. He's been playing for 2 years, started in 1945. Natural talent immediately obvious, quick hands, faster mind, the ability to read opponents before they know what they're going to do themselves. Since he started, he hasn't lost a match, not one, not in 2 years. 87 consecutive wins, against beginners, against intermediates, against players with 10 years of experience. Doesn't matter, Marty wins. Tonight is match 88, a tournament. Winner takes $50, 8 players, single elimination. Marty already won his first 2 matches, barely broke a sweat. Now he's in the final. His opponent arrives, older man, mid-40s, graying hair, wearing simple work clothes, looks tired, like he just finished a shift somewhere. His name is Samuel. Nobody knows much about him. He shows up occasionally, plays a few games, never talks much, doesn't boast, doesn't engage in the trash talk that fills this basement every night. Marty watches Samuel approach the table, sees the age, the tired posture, the quiet demeanor, dismisses him immediately. This is going to be quick. They shake hands. Samuel's grip is firm but not aggressive. He nods, says nothing. Marty bounces on his feet, loosening up, showing energy, showing youth, showing everyone watching that this old man doesn't belong in the final with him. Someone in the crowd says, "Marty in 2 games, easy." Another voice, "Samuel's good, don't sleep on him. He's 40 years old, Marty's 17. Speed wins." Marty hears this, smiles, agrees silently. Speed wins, youth wins, talent wins, and Marty has all 3. They warm up, trading shots across the table. Samuel's form is textbook. Perfect stance, clean strokes, efficient movement, no wasted energy. But slow. At least it looks slow to Marty. Deliberate, measured, old man pace. Marty, by contrast, is explosive. Quick movements, fast attacks, showing off slightly, letting Samuel see the difference, letting everyone see. The match starts. Marty serves first, hard and fast. Samuel returns easily. They rally. Marty attacks. Samuel blocks and redirects. Marty attacks again. Samuel places it short. Marty runs forward, hits it long. Error, 0-1. Marty frowns. Lucky return. Samuel didn't do anything special, just blocked. Marty's shot went long on its own. His fault, not Samuel's skill. Next point, Samuel serves. Simple serve, no fancy spin. Marty returns aggressively, trying to end the point quickly. Samuel blocks again. Same calm redirection. Marty's shot hits the net. 0-2. Marty is irritated now. 2 unforced errors. He's better than this. Needs to settle down. Stop rushing. The game continues. Marty tries to slow down, play more carefully, but Samuel's reading everything. Every attack Marty makes, Samuel has already positioned for. Every attempt to surprise him fails. Samuel's decades of experience see the patterns before Marty executes them. By 6 points, Marty is behind 5-1. This isn't supposed to happen. He's never been down this much, ever. In 87 matches, Marty fights back, starts playing seriously, using his full arsenal, spin variations, speed changes, placement. He claws back. 5-2, 5-3, 6-4, 7-5. They trade points. 8-6 Samuel, 8-7, 9-7, 9-8. Marty ties it at 9-9. The crowd is louder now. This is closer than anyone expected. Marty the prodigy is in a real fight. Samuel serves. Marty returns carefully. Rally, 12 shots, 15. Marty tries to force a winner, goes for too much. The ball clips the edge, bounces wrong. Point Samuel, 10-9, match point. Marty serves, trying to stay calm, but his hand is shaking slightly. He's never been at match point against him, never been 1 point from losing. Samuel returns the serve, steady, calm. Marty attacks, Samuel blocks. Marty attacks again. Samuel redirects to the corner. Marty runs, gets there, returns, but weak. Samuel steps in, attacks, clean winner, down the line, unreturnable, 11-9. First game to Samuel. Marty stands at the table, stunned. He lost a game. After 87 straight match wins, he lost a game to a 40-year-old man who looks like he should be home sleeping. The crowd is quiet. Watching, everyone expected Marty to dominate. This is not domination. Second game starts. Marty is angry now, not at Samuel, at himself, for losing that game, for underestimating this opponent, for not taking it seriously from the start. He plays harder, faster, more aggressive, trying to overwhelm Samuel with pace, with youth, with the raw talent that's carried him through 2 years undefeated. But Samuel doesn't panic, doesn't try to match Marty's speed, just plays his game, steady, patient, waiting for Marty to make mistakes. And Marty is making mistakes. Lots of them, forcing shots, overreaching, trying too hard. 3-0 Samuel. Marty slows down, tries to think, but his mind is racing. Why isn't this working? Why can't he break through? Samuel's not doing anything special, just blocking, redirecting, placing the ball where Marty isn't, but that's the point. Samuel is always placing the ball where Marty isn't, reading him, anticipating, using those 25 years of experience to see 3 shots ahead. 5-1 Samuel. Marty fights, gets it to 5-3, then 7-4. He's hanging in, but barely. Samuel doesn't rush, doesn't celebrate points, just plays, point after point, wearing Marty down mentally more than physically. Every point Marty wins feels like a battle. Every point Samuel wins looks easy. 9-5 Samuel. Marty is breathing hard, not from exertion, from stress, from the crushing realization that he might actually lose, really lose. End the streak, become mortal. 10-6 Samuel. Match point again. Marty serves. Samuel returns. Rally. Marty going for broke. Every shot maximum effort, trying to hit winners, trying to force Samuel into an error. But Samuel doesn't error, just keeps returning. Calm, steady, inevitable. Marty goes for a huge forehand attack. The ball goes long. By 6 inches, 11-7. Second game to Samuel. Marty is down 2 games to 0. 1 game from losing, 1 game from ending the streak, 1 game from being defeated for the first time in 2 years. The crowd is completely silent now. Nobody expected this. The invincible kid is about to lose. Third game. Marty has nothing left mentally. The confidence is gone. The swagger is gone. He's playing not to lose instead of playing to win. The worst mindset for competition. Samuel sees it, doesn't exploit it cruelly, just plays his game, steady, reliable, unstoppable in his consistency. 2-0 Samuel, 4-1, 7-2. Marty is collapsing, not physically, mentally. Everything he believed about himself is crumbling. He thought talent was enough, thought youth was enough, thought being undefeated meant being unbeatable. Samuel is teaching him otherwise, without words, just through play. Through decades of experience trumping years of natural ability. 10-3 Samuel, match point, again. Marty serves, one last time, trying to save himself, but he's already lost, already beaten. The ball goes into the net, service error. 11-4, match over. Samuel wins. Marty Reisman loses for the first time in his life. The basement is silent, then someone claps. Slow clapping, others join, applauding Samuel, the quiet old man who just defeated the undefeated prodigy. Marty stands frozen, can't move, can't process. 87-0, now 87-1. The perfect record is gone. The invincibility is gone. The identity built on never losing is shattered. Samuel walks around the table, extends his hand. Marty takes it, numb, silent. "Good match," Samuel says, quiet, sincere. Marty nods, can't speak. Samuel picks up his paddle, starts to walk away, then stops, turns back. "You're very talented," Samuel says. "Maybe the most talented player I've faced in years, but talent without humility is fragile. It breaks the first time it meets real resistance. Tonight, you met resistance. What you do next determines everything." Marty stares at him. "What do you mean?" "You lost because you didn't respect me, didn't prepare, assumed you'd win because you always win. That works until it doesn't. Tonight, it didn't. You're saying I'm not good enough? I'm saying you're good enough to be great, but you won't get there thinking you're already there. Respect every opponent, prepare for every match, learn from every loss, or waste your talent on arrogance." Samuel walks away, collects his winnings, $50, leaves the basement, gone. Marty stands alone. People are talking around him, discussing the match, the upset, the fall of the undefeated kid. But Marty doesn't hear them, just hears Samuel's words. Talent without humility is fragile. Marty leaves without talking to anyone, goes home, can't sleep, replays the match in his mind, every point, every mistake, every moment of overconfidence. He's angry, not at Samuel, at himself, for being so stupid, for underestimating someone based on age, for assuming winning meant being unbeatable. Days pass. Marty doesn't go back to the basement, too embarrassed, too angry. The loss eats at him. He tells himself it was a fluke. Samuel got lucky. If they played again, Marty would win. But he knows that's not true. Samuel didn't get lucky. Marty got arrogant and paid for it. Weeks pass. Marty finally returns to the basement. Different now, quieter, less swagger. People notice, ask if he's okay. He says he's fine. A player challenges him. Intermediate level. Before the loss, Marty would have played casually, barely tried, won anyway. Now he prepares, studies the player, watches him play others, sees his patterns, his weaknesses, respects him as an opponent instead of an obstacle. The match is closer than it should be, but Marty wins. 11-8, 11-9. Afterward, Marty doesn't celebrate, just shakes hands, says, "Good match," and means it. Over the next months, Marty changes, not overnight. Gradually, the arrogance fades, replaced by something harder. Respect for opponents, for the game, for the reality that talent alone isn't enough. He starts studying, really studying, watches how different players approach the game, learns from everyone, even players he can beat. Because everyone knows something. Everyone has one technique, one strategy, one approach worth learning. The losses come occasionally now, not often. Marty is still extremely talented, but when he loses, he doesn't collapse, doesn't spiral, analyzes, learns, adapts, comes back stronger. By 1948, Marty is a different player, still fast, still talented, but now experienced, humble, dangerous in a way he wasn't before, because now he respects the game, respects opponents, knows that any match can be lost if he's not prepared. He never sees Samuel again. The old man disappears. Rumors say he moved, others say he died. Nobody knows for sure. But Marty never forgets him, never forgets the lesson. Talent without humility is fragile. Years pass, decades. Marty becomes one of the greatest players in ping pong history, wins championships, earns respect, builds a legacy. In 1997, 50 years after that loss, a reporter interviews Marty, asks about his career, the highlights, the important moments. "What was the most important match you ever played?" the reporter asks. Marty thinks for a long time. Could say the national championship wins, the big money matches, the tournaments, but he doesn't. "The most important match I ever played was one I lost," Marty says. November 1947, against a man named Samuel. I was 17, undefeated, arrogant. He was 40-something. Quiet, didn't look like much. I underestimated him completely. He beat me badly, destroyed my perfect record and my ego in the same night. That doesn't sound important. Sounds painful. It was both, but it taught me something I needed to learn. That talent gets you started. Humility keeps you going. I was talented enough to win 87 straight matches, but I wasn't humble enough to keep winning. Samuel showed me that, gave me a gift by beating me. You think losing was a gift? The best gift I ever received, because it changed me, made me respect opponents, made me prepare, made me realize that being good isn't enough. You have to stay hungry, stay humble, keep learning, or someone who respects the game more than you will beat you. Samuel respected the game. I didn't. Not yet. He taught me. Did you ever see him again? No, never. I looked for him for years, wanted to thank him, wanted to tell him what that loss meant. But he was gone. Maybe that's appropriate. He wasn't there to be thanked. He was there to teach. And he did. One match, 3 games, changed everything. The reporter asks one more question. What would you say to Samuel now if you could? Marty smiles. Sad smile, grateful smile. I'd say thank you for breaking me when I needed to be broken. Thank you for showing me that talent without humility dies young. Thank you for caring enough to teach me even though I didn't deserve teaching. You changed my life in 45 minutes, made me the player I became, made me the person I became. That loss was the best thing that ever happened to me. Marty Reisman never lost a match until age 17. What happened changed him forever. Not the loss itself, but what he chose to do with it. Some people lose once and quit. Some lose once and make excuses. Some lose once and blame others. Marty lost once and learned. Learned that invincibility is an illusion. Learned that respect is earned through humility, not arrogance. Learned that every opponent, regardless of age or appearance, deserves preparation and respect. Learned that the best players aren't the ones who never lose. They're the ones who learn from losing. 50 years later, that lesson still held, still mattered, still defined everything Marty became. One match, one loss, one old man who cared enough to teach through victory instead of through words. Samuel disappeared, but his lesson remained. Talent without humility is fragile. Talent with humility is unstoppable. Marty learned that at 17, carried it for 80 years, became great not because he never lost, but because he learned when he did.